Hi, I'm Darren, the executive chef of the restaurant at Grande Provence on Heritage, Grande Provence Heritage Wine Estate. We're very lucky here. We have a big variety of offerings at the estate. Not only just from the fine cuisine and from the wine side. We have a beautiful art gallery where guests are free to roam around throughout the sculpture garden, throughout the art gallery itself. We have magnificent local artists showcased with those artworks changing over the course of the year. So we have different featured artists with gallery openings where we're very lucky to have the artists themselves coming to the estate and explaining the art pieces. So there's a lot of in-depth. It's not just a picture on a wall or a sculpture in a garden. We obviously have the wine estate, which offers spectacular wines with a huge variety of different types of wines and blends. And with the wine tasting, it creates a brilliant entrance to the estate. We've got the wine tasting as you come through, which is greeted by the magnificent elephant which we have at the moment, which is a life-size sculpture. So it's quite a wow factor when you enter the estate. The wine room, the wine tasting itself, it's just gives you a great overview of all our wines. And it's something nice which links to the restaurant, which is all the dishes are paired with all the wines. The wines themselves really complement the food really nicely, and there's a lot of in-depth thought and process that goes behind with myself planning all the dishes and with Carl Lumwell, the general manager and winemaker, and we harmonise those pairings together. So when it comes to the food side of things, what I try and do, and my team try and do, is we create an interactive menu in the aspect that it's more than just a dining experience. So there's a lot of courses, a lot of interaction with the waiter, interaction with the chefs. There's elements that are done. So there's a theatrical point of view, which I think is quite unique, which adds to a lot of value of the food itself as well. Culinary wise, I've been trained in French fine dining, which is obviously the building blocks of most chefs, all chefs. But I like to take an aspect of sort of the Asian side. The appreciation of texture and natural flavours is really quite special. So I find that merging those two, I think, are quite a unique blend of classical French dishes with great interactive elements and textures, which I think is a nice balance. Another added extra which we've added to our portfolio is we now do picnics, and it's quite a special setting. It's just away from the restaurant, so you have your own beautiful privacy under the oak trees. It's very child friendly, and we set out a beautiful picnic layout, either at a table or on a carpet, and it's very nice in the fact that it's quite it's rustic, it's private, so it's a great way for you to bring the family to sit down just to relax, and with views over the vineyards, there really is no better place to do it. Another great way, specifically I feel for winter evenings is great, is the Yonkers, which is our private dining room, which we are situated in right now. It's beautiful and cozy. The chandeliers are spectacular, made from old wine bottles, from an old wine drying rack, and it's quite special because it's very closed up and it's very private. So you set aside from the hustle and bustle of an everyday restaurant, and with a menu that is tailored to your needs, it's a great way to spend any special occasion, be it birthdays or end of year functions or business meetings. It's quite diverse in that sense. Franschhoek being such a culinary destination, held as the culinary destination of the country, with it being in the winelands, there's so many beautiful estates, and a lot of people say that how do you make your restaurant successful with so much competition around, but I really feel, and I think it's testament to how successful this area is that the competition really does breed excellence. And one way of that, with experiencing the winelands, which is linked to Grande Provence Heritage Wine Estate, is the wine train, which starts in the centre of town and it goes through the vineyards, and one of the stops is at Grande Provence Wine Estate. So it's a spectacular way to experience it from a farming side of things. So you hop on the tractor and you come through the vines, and it's the wind's in your hair, and it's just a really great presence of working farm. Because in effect, that is what we are, and I think we're just really lucky to have such a diverse range of things happening on the farm and on the estate. So I think that we be happy to welcome anybody to come and experience everything we have to offer.